Okay, so I'm going to make a video helping you guys with your Pangaea flipbooks and helping you make the two graphs because I know many of you are still confused on this. So we're going to start with this first graph. It's titled Voyage Through Time, Opening of the Atlantic Ocean. So over here on the vertical axis, the Y, we have distance across the Atlantic Ocean, and you'll notice they put their units. So we're going to be measuring the distance across the Atlantic Ocean in kilometers. Down here on this x-axis, we have two numbers. First, we have the frame number. So when we look at our flipbook, you'll see the frame number designated right here. So F1 stands for frame 1. We also see age, millions of years ago. Oh, they skip a few. You can do the math to figure out what they are, or you can just look at the frame. So 0 million years ago, 100 million years ago, 200 million years ago. Oh, and it says that over here, 190 million years ago. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure the Atlantic Ocean. So we have two rulers that came in this little packet. I'm going to cut this. This one looks like it measures latitude, so we're not going to use that to measure kilometers for the width of the ocean. So I'm not gonna cut this out small because we're gonna lose it. Now you'll notice it says it works best near the equator. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to draw an equator line on all of these to help you measure at the same part. So what I recommend doing is just kind of folding it. Yeah, so now it's easier to use if I can fold it right. Okay, so there's these little dashes on here. I see this is 10,000 kilometers. Each one of these is going to be 2,000. So that's 2,000 kilometers, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and they're all kilometers. So, I don't know about you, but 190 million years ago, I don't recognize any Atlantic Ocean. So instead of starting the graph over here like we normally do, we're going to start it over here. So I'm going to go to frame 20. You'll notice this one already looks like it has two equator lines drawn on it. The lower one looks like the better equator all the way at the bottom, or at the widest part of the Earth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this ruler up. I'm going to measure from shore to shore. This one in the middle here, in between North America and Africa, this is the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm going to line it up here. Okay, so I see there's the shore. I'm going to go right there. I see a perfect 4,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm on frame 20. I'm going to come over here. Frame 20, I'm going to go up to 4,000 kilometers. I'm going to put a dot there. There. This is going to be a line graph. So now I'm going to go back 2 frames. There's one frame. That's frame 19. Here's frame 18. So now I'm going to measure frame 18. The width, and you'll notice this orange line is the equator again. From shore to shore, so it looks like it's still about 4,000. Different people are going to get different amounts depending on where they put their equator, and I know this is a really scaled down model. So when I'm grading the graphs, I'm going to be looking for a general pattern. So I'm going to jump ahead a few. I'll notice here on frame 13, or I'll go to an even one, so frame 12. I'm going to draw on the equator, so line at the widest part of Earth. So here's the Atlantic Ocean. It's just this tiny little thing, almost looks like a giant river. And it looks like it's in between 0 and 2,000, so we're going to say about 1,000. So for 12, it's going to be about there. So you'll fill in the rest of the dots, and then you'll kind of connect the dots for what the ocean does. But make sure you're hitting every one of these. So the next graph that we're going to be doing is this one right here. So you'll notice we have the same x-axis. So frame number or millions of years ago. Our title, however, is A Voyage Through Time, Position of the Indian Landmass Through Time. So we're going to be measuring position and time. Time's already on here for you with the frame number and the number of millions of years ago. Oh, so we're going to use this other ruler. There, we'll fold it kind of like we did the other one. I could cut it out, but then it'll be small and it'll get lost. So here's this ruler. There. We need to measure the Indian landmass. So I don't recognize India here whatsoever. There. Here I do recognize India, but maybe some of you don't. So I'm going to go grab a map real quick. Okay, so here's a map. Here's the Indian Ocean right here. So that means India is going to probably be somewhere around here. So here I see India. Yeah, a little bit south of China. Yeah. And then there's the Himalayas right here. Here, so India's right here. Here, so I'm going to go to my little flip book. I'm going to try to just draw about the shape of India. And then I'm going to put a dot where I think the center of India is. Then I'm going to use this every time. You can kind of put 90 at the top and then 90 at the bottom, so we have the north and south pole. Oh, so we're going to come over here, keep sliding it, then we see that it's about here. So there's our equator, and that line almost matches up. The dot, I'm going to kind of go over. So to me, that looks like it's in between the equator and 30 degrees, so that's going to be 15 degrees north for frame 20. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go frame 20, go up to north, so 30 south, 30 north. Going to put a dot here for 15 north. Alright, so then you'll notice we go back some frames. So go back one frame. You notice 10 million years ago, India wasn't connected to the rest of the land up there. So go back one more. Or put a dot kind of on the center. Going to check the equator on this map. So 90's at the top there. Nope, a little above. So there we go. So we're going to test the dot. Looks like it's almost at the equator, almost at our line, almost at this equator. So I'm just going to put it a little above. And then as you go back in time, you'll notice that the Indian landmass continues to move south. Now, eventually it's going to crash in down here, and it's just going to kind of be, you're going to kind of have to guess. Yes, and then you'll connect these lines as well. Well, good luck. Let me know if you have questions.